Good morning students, welcome to your English class today. Today we'll be starting a new lesson that is from your Honeysuckle book. Yes, Honeysuckle, and that is lesson 5, a different kind of school. Last time I had sent you a video on the poem Beauty. I hope that is clear. If not, then let me know. Today we'll do is a different kind of school, and this lesson is about disabilities, about learning to empathize. Empathize means to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and see how life is. Yes, this lesson teaches us that how to empathize with people and how to understand the difficulties that people with disabilities mean someone who is not able to see, someone who's not able to use his hands, someone who's not able to walk properly, someone who's not able to listen, to hear, or someone who's not able to speak, how to understand their feelings. This lesson is very, very beautiful. It shows us how proper people or people who have no disabilities, but they are trying to understand how people with disabilities live. There's a school in this lesson, Miss Beam School, and she teaches children the art of responsibility. Reading, writing, spelling, dictation is not everything in life. You also need to learn to be responsible children, responsible citizens of the world. This lesson teaches us that. So today we'll be starting with this new lesson, a different kind of school. Okay, so please watch the video carefully, and if you have any doubts you can ask me. Okay, so I have given you the introductory of this lesson in my introductory video, so you know what this story is going to be about, right? So here on this first page you have this before you read. Do you know these words? If you don't, find out their meanings. Bandage, you know the meaning of bandage? Yes, when you get cut, you tie your hand with a bandage. Crutch, crutch is something, a man who cannot walk or somebody who cannot walk, is something like a stick that they use. Cripple is someone who cannot walk. Honor is what you have, like it's a kind of a respect. Misfortune is something bad that happens. And system, you know, or program or system, something like that. So that is what a system is. Now all these words that you have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, please find out the meanings and write their meanings in your copy. Okay, after writing the objectives. Look at the pictures in this unit and guess in what way this school may be different from other schools. So if you have the book in front of you, you look at the pictures and you can guess. Now guesswork, I've already given you a hint of what the story is about in my introductory video. So you will know what you are going to do now. Okay, so let us start with the lesson, a different kind of school. Schools are there in the world, but this is somehow a different kind of school. Let us continue. So if you look at the very first line, we have a I there. We have an I. So we have a narrator. I had heard a great deal about Miss Beam School, but not till last week did the chance come to visit it. So this narrator says he had heard a lot. A great deal means he had heard a lot about Miss Beam's school, about this school, but he had not got a chance to visit it. But now suddenly, just last week, he got a chance to come visit this school. So now he is going to school. When I arrived there was no one in sight. No one in sight means there was nobody he could see. But a girl of about 12. He saw one young girl who was 12 years old. Her eyes were covered with a bandage. And when he saw this girl, her eyes were covered with a bandage. And she was being led carefully between the flower beds. That we will see in the next video. So what he saw on reaching the school was a girl of about 12 years of age, and her eyes were covered with a bandage. And she was being led carefully between the flower beds by a little boy who was about 4 years younger. And this girl whose eyes had a bandage on them, she was being led. That means a boy was holding her hand, like you can see in your picture. A boy was holding her hand and taking her between the flower beds. Flower beds are where flowers are growing on the ground. And this boy, who seemed to be 4 years younger to her, that means he was 8 years old, he was leading her around in the flower beds. She stopped and it looked like she asked him who had come. She sensed somebody had come there. She could not see anybody. Maybe she heard, or maybe she could sense that somebody was there. And so it seemed like she asked the boy, who is there? And it was the narrator. He seemed to be describing me to her. Then they passed on. So she came to know somebody was standing there. So this boy, the boy described the narrator to this girl, and then they passed on and they continued walking in the flower beds. Miss Beam was all that I had expected. So now this narrator is meeting Miss Beam, who runs this school. She was middle-aged, full of authority, yet kindly and understanding. Kindly means friendly. So he met Miss Beam. This narrator met Miss Beam. And Miss Beam was all that he had expected. Now before we meet someone, we have a picture of that person in our mind. Somebody whom we have never met before in our life, a picture develops in our mind. So he also had developed a picture about Miss Beam, and she was just as he had imagined her to be. Middle-aged means neither old nor young, maybe 35-40, and she was full of authority. She looked very, very strict. At the same time, she was also very kindly. Kindly means very friendly and understanding. Her hair was beginning to turn grey. Not yet grey, her hair was not yet grey. Grey means white. Her hair was not yet fully white. It was just becoming one or two strands of grey hair here and there. And she had the kind of plump figure that is likely to be comforting to a homesick child. She was not thin, she was quite plump, quite stout, quite fat, pleasantly fat, means not ugly fat, not huge as in huge. She was quite plump, quite fattish, but not very, very fat. And she would look like someone who a child would go to. Yes, she didn't look very strict. Because she was plump, she looked very motherly, very friendly. I asked her some questions about her teaching methods, which I had heard was simple. Now, this narrator had heard that in this school, the children are taught in a very, very simple way. And that is why he wanted to come and visit and see for himself. Because he had heard the teaching methods in this school was very simple. And so now he began to ask her questions. So he asked her questions about her school. No more then is needed to help them to learn how to do things. So now he began to ask her questions and began to ask her how he taught, how were her simple methods. And she said, no more then is needed to help them to learn how to do things. I do not teach them anything extra. I just teach them simple things. I as in Miss Beam. She said simple spelling, adding, subtracting, multiplying and writing. The rest is done by reading to them and by interesting talks, during which they have to sit still and keep their hands quiet. There are practically no other lessons. So she says, she told him, we teach them very, very simple maths, very simple multiplication, simple spelling, adding, subtracting and writing. This is done in a very simple way, and more importance is given to reading to them. They not reading, but reading. The teachers read to them. And they just listen. And sometimes they also talk by interesting talk. They have interactive talks, they have interaction. And that is the best way to teach these children, she says. During which, and when the teacher is talking, they have to sit very, very still and they have to keep their hands quiet. They cannot be moving about or shifting about in their seats. There are practically no other lessons. This is all that we teach our students here in this school, Miss Beam told the narrator. Okay, the real aim of this school is not so much to teach thought as to teach thoughtfulness. She said the real aim of this school is not so much to teach thought, but we teach thoughtfulness, to think about other people, kindness to others and being responsible citizens. We teach our students to be responsible students. We teach our students to be thoughtful. Not to think so much, but to be thoughtful for other people, to be kind and to be responsible citizens. This is what we teach our children. Look out of the window a minute, will you? Then she told him, please look out of the window and tell me what you see. And so this narrator goes to the window because Miss Beam told him to look out of the window. So she told him to go to the window. I went to the window which overlooked a large garden and a playground at the back. What do you see? Miss Beam asked. So he went to the window as Miss Beam told him, and outside the window he could see a large garden there and a playground behind the garden. Ahead of the garden there was a playground. And then Miss Beam asked him, what do you see? She asked him, what do you see out of the window? I see some very beautiful grounds. He told her that I can see some very beautiful grounds, garden and the playground. I said, and a lot of jolly children, very, very happy children. I can see a lot of children, he said, out of the window. It pains me though to see that they are not all so healthy and active looking. So he says, but I feel very sad to see that they are not healthy and they are not active. When I came in, I saw one poor little girl being led about. She has some trouble with her eyes. Now I can see two more with the same difficulty. And there's a girl with a crutch walking or watching the others at play. She seems to be a hopeless cripple. So he described to her what he could see from the window. He said, I can see many children, happy children, but they don't look so healthy and they are not active. When I came in, I saw one girl being led by a 8-year-old boy. And she was blind. She had some trouble with her eyes. Now I can see, he said, I can see more girls here with the same difficulty. And I can also see one girl with a crutch, a lame girl. She's walking with a crutch. She seems to be a hopeless cripple, and she is a cripple. I feel so sad to see this children having these disabilities, he told Miss Beam. Miss Beam laughed. Oh no, she said. She's not really lame. This is only her lame day. The others are not blind either. It is only their blind day. So she began to laugh and she said, oh no, they are not blind. Today is their blind day. And some of them, they are not lame. Today is their lame day. Remember, they are being taught how to empathize, how to feel what a lame person feels, how to feel how a blind person feels. So they have their eyes covered with bandages. They walk around with crutches just for them to understand the feeling of others. And this is what she explained to the narrator. I must have looked very surprised, for she laughed again. So this narrator was very surprised when Miss Beam told him what the children were doing. And so she began to laugh again. And then she continued, this is a very important part of our system, of our school. This is a very important part to make our children appreciate and understand misfortune. Not everybody has good luck. There are some children in the world, some people in the world who go through a very, very bad time, who don't have all the luck that we have. Some people have all the good luck, whereas some people have all the bad luck. So she says, we must teach our children to appreciate, to understand what it is to have bad luck, to be poor, not to be having food, not to be having money for food or for clothes or for shelter. Children must understand this. We make them share in misfortune too. Each term, every child has one blind day. So once in a term, once in a session, each child has to be blind for one day, or lame, deaf, one injured day, and one dumb day. So this was all that the school taught to the children. So once in a semester, each one of them had to be blind or lame or deaf or injured or dumb. All of them had to go through each of these exercises or these activities. During the blind day, their eyes are bandaged absolutely, and they are on their honor not to peep. During the blind day, their eyes are tied shut. They cannot even open their eyes, and they are on honor. On their honor means they have made a promise that they will not cheat. If they want, they can just pick up the bandage and look around. But they have made a promise across their heart that they will not peep, that they will not cheat. So the whole day they roam about, they move about with their eyes bandaged, just so that they can feel what a blind child feels, or how blind people feel. Yes, one day they will tie up their legs and walk around with one leg, just to feel how a cripple or how a lame person feels. They have to go through all this in Miss Beam's school. And this is how this school is different. And this is what the narrator had come to see, because he had heard a lot about this school. The bandage is put on overnight, so they wake blind. So the bandages are put in the night so that in the morning they wake up with their eyes bandaged or covered. Yes, this means that they need help with everything. Other children are given the duty of helping them and leading them about. They all learn so much this way, both the blind and the helper. So Miss Beam is explaining to the narrator how these children are bandaged in the night so that they can wake up blind. So early in the morning they will require the help of other people. So in this way children also learn how to be helpers. how the blind people feel and how the helpers also feel. So they learn how to be empathic and how to feel what other people feel. They learn to be good citizens, isn't it? So a helper will learn to be responsible. The helper will be careful not to drop or not to allow these children to fall. So helper will be able to help the person. So in this way they also learn to be helpers, as well as they empathize with the people who are really blind and deaf and dumb and all these disabilities. Okay, that's all for today. I hope it is clear. So homework, I won't be giving you any homework today. I'll give it to you together later on. So just read the text again, and if anything there is you don't understand, please let me know. Okay, bye bye, have a good day.